Today we're going to be recreating one of the most iconic shots of Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer by Christopher Nolan was chef's kiss in terms of visual story and everything, and I got inspired by this frame here in the movie, and I kind of want to recreate it because this scene is when Oppenheimer is kind of walking through the press and there's a bunch of like flashes and stuff going off, and he's definitely contemplating everything that's happened and about to happen with the trial. But this shot is extremely iconic because of the camera and lenses that they used. But today I'm going to be showing you how I achieved that sort of specific look. Today I'm going to be shooting with the A7 III with a Samyang 85 f1.4. I've recruited my best friend Matt. He's going to be modeling for us today. He's going to be stepping in as Oppenheimer. I got you to bring a bunch of different pieces like
a whole bunch of like leather suits or red suits or long trench coats, shit like that.
Yeah, so the scene that we're recreating, he's walking through the hallway and all that. He's definitely just like contemplating shit in his head. He has a cigarette in his mouth and he's basically just like mid-walk, kind of touching the hat, touching a cigarette. Basically he's just like, what the hell am I gonna do?
Yeah, that's me my whole life.
Yeah, you see why I got him for this, right? So
Critically depressing.
so we're gonna get him dressed and then we're gonna get into a photo shoot. Okay, so we got him dressed up. He's looking all snazzy and stuff. Look at that. Perfect. So now we got these fake movie prop kind of cigarettes, so they don't have tobacco nicotine. They're still not the best for you, but so we're just gonna have that lit up and in his mouth, so we'll just let the ash kind of go for a bit. We have the softbox for that initial lighting that you can see in the shot, that you see the reflection of it. So we have this at about eye level, and then this one's just going to create the harsh shadow. I'm not too worried about the background, but first thing is just to dial in the settings. Chuck this over here. Okay, we're getting a bit better. Going to want this more in front. Okay, that's a lot closer to the look, so I'm gonna take a first step back. So crop sensor mode on the full frame. I would have loved to have shot this full frame if I had a longer lens, but we're gonna do crop because it doesn't matter that much. It ain't that deep, bro.
It does. He's trying to get us like...
Let me just focus this. All right, come over here. Yeah. I'm gonna show you what we're working with so far. Not bad, eh?
Look at such a Mexican. Oh my god.
Come on, that's impressive.
Yeah, just your model shit.
My model's good, bro. Just need to have more self-confidence. All right. It's kind of like it's like you're trying to think of it like you're trying to look through the camera to the phone.
Oh, I was also like looking like that.
Yeah. So try and look to,
Okay.
This. Do a bit of a step back. All right. Come forward a tiny bit more. Tip the hat down slightly.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Because that's where you relax your eyes, and you just look sort of to the bottom. Keep going.
We'll take it from the top.
Yeah.
So you're doing your full ones again, but now go more knowledge of it.
Yeah. All good. Also, it's an important tip. Keep showing whoever's modeling for you. Keep showing them the photos as you're going, because then they come up with ideas or know how to position their face a little bit better. Yeah. So every couple shots, always show them what it's looking like.
Yeah, because now it is like it's good to have a gaze of what you're doing.
Yeah, you have a better idea. I have a better idea.
You showed me some of the good ones I did, so I'm like, I think I remember how to do it.
Exactly. So don't be afraid. Always show your models. Always show your friends what you're doing.
Yep.
Step forward. Keep going. I'm just shooting around you. Give it more forward motion. So step forward.
Oh, the smoke fucked me up.
Fix the cigarette. All right. Hold that position just with your eyes. Look at the camera.
Awesome.
And that too. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Yep. Toss it. Jumping into the editing, I love how this image is looking. Now, I did shoot with a black and white creative style on the actual camera just so I could get a better sense of what I was shooting. But when you import it into Lightroom, it does go back to no sort of creative filter or anything on it. So it's back in its raw form. One tip I can give you off the bat is that when you know you want to do a black and white photo and you come into the editing side of it, color matters just as much as if it wasn't in black and white, because how it interpolates the color and its tonality. If you can get a cohesive image and you take into account color theory and things like that, the richness, the saturation of it, it does impact the black and white. So I would treat this essentially as if it was going to be colored at the other end of it. First thing, going into the sharpening, go into the mask, hold Alt Option and make sure it's just selecting him. Now the ISO 125, so I'm not going to worry about denoise. Going to go straight into the calibration. Blues, I'm going -30, greens +30, reds +30. That just kind of changes like a Sony image into a bit more of a Canon looking color science a little bit. Now I'm just going to play with the tonality of this. Now you can see his eyes are a little bit red because of the smoke that was coming from that cigarette. Even though they're fake, like sort of movie prop cigarettes, the smoke obviously can still sting your eyes. Going to increase texture, going to increase clarity. Do want to bring up the shadows a little bit, but crush the blacks. I'm going to increase the luminance in the orange. I'm going to change this crop to be a bit more, and because he was sort of tilting his head a little bit, I actually do want this so I want to put this spot right there on his eye, or at least make sure it's on one of these axes. Going to go in here, select the background. I want to darken that slightly. Then I'm going to go plus, select people. It's automatically selected all of the features. I definitely want the attention to be drawn to the eyes, so I'm going to the iris pupil, create mask. In the preset, I'm going to go into iris enhance. Then what I'm going to do as well is introduce a few linear gradients, because I do not want that to be really much a center focus. Same with the hat in this general area, and I'm also going to remove its saturation a bit. We're already treating this, like I said, as if we were going to use it in full color. Add a radial gradient, and then I'm going to invert it, so the effect will apply everywhere else except for the eyes. And I'm going to add to that, subtract a brush. And I also want what I'm about to do not to affect the bottom lip or this chin area. What I'm doing is I'm doing a lazy version of a depth map. I'm basically thinking of, if I had the absolute plane of focus to be at the eyes, it would be aligned, as you can see here, the eyes with the lips, with the chin, which would make the nose out of focus. And I might apply it to these regions as well, right here on the cheekbones. So a little bit less there, a little bit less there, so it's really not touching the eyes. Great. Okay, so basically all the red is what I want to affect, and what I'm going to do is remove texture, clarity, go down, remove sharpness. So that will draw the viewer's eye immediately to what is in focus and the most contrast, which now has been those areas I've selected. Again, to counterbalance this, I'm going to add a bit more texture, clarity. Okay, and now we just click this. All right, that's looking pretty good, but we can still make alterations. Increase the general exposure just to mess with the tint a little. I'm just going to introduce a bit of yellow to it. Gives the photo a bit more vintage feel other than just the standard black and white. Still not entirely happy with this crop, so I'm going to bring it so cigarette is right on it and lower that as well. Fantastic. And now I'm going to artificially do some dodge and burn. Why am I saying artificial? The whole thing's artificial. So I'm going to darken these areas that already have existing shadows. Going to darken that a little bit, as well as here, so I can limit that harsh spot to just that area there. Maybe actually a bit up here as well. I think I went a little too heavy on this side, so I'm just going to remove a little bit more. Another radial gradient here. Okay, and this is pretty much the edit I'm going to copy paste onto others. Oh, one thing I almost forgot, man. Gonna go into grain. I'm gonna add a damn shitload of it. So I'm gonna zoom in here because I want the grain to actually be quite pronounced. So the size of it, I'm actually gonna mess with. Even moving the white balance and that you're in black and white does affect the actual overall image. And we go from an image like that to that, and you get that Oppenheimer look. Now you can go more into and paint the highlights to accentuate them a bit more. I think I'll do that after this. But here are some of the photos from the shoot. I'm so happy with, I'm very proud of, that we're able to pull off. Here are my favorites.